Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here at the First Alert Desk. My name's Karli Barnett. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We want to give you a look at some of the stories that we are following for your weekend. Of course, this is just a small preview. We have much more coming up tonight at 10 and 11 on Atlanta News First. As always, you can join us at 10 on Peachtree TV and 11 on CBS, or you can watch all of the above from your streaming device or atlantanewsfirst.com. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We have our reporters well out and about gathering news for later on tonight. Now, one of the stories that we are working on, reporter Asia Wilson, she is going to be delivering the news of a brother searching for answers after his brother was found a couple of weeks ago in a car on I-20. This was in DeKalb County, and the vehicle had been burned. There are a lot of questions going into what happened that day, and he is begging for anyone who knows information to reach out. He is also urging investigators to really dig into this case and find more answers. So, reporter Asia Wilson, that's going to be one of our top stories tonight. She is gathering those elements right now, so I have nothing to show you yet as far as that story, but that is what she is working on for us later. We do want to move on here to one of our other top stories tonight, and that is a plea deal has been offered for the man who is accused of killing a Fulton County deputy. I want to take you to your screen here. This is the mugshot of the man accused. He was arrested for reportedly killing a Fulton County deputy last year. He's been offered a plea deal now in court. That is according to court documents. Under this deal, Alton Oliver, who you're seeing on your screen right now, would receive a life sentence if he pleaded guilty, foregoing a trial. Now, the offer is good until 10 days before the trial, which is scheduled for about a month from now, December 13th. Now, I want to take you to some video from last year. This was the scene itself. Atlanta News First covered this when it first happened, but December 29th of 2022, 24-year-old Deputy James Thomas was found shot to death in a crashed car that was near Bolton Road in Atlanta. Now, Oliver was arrested 4 days later and charged with murder, aggravated assault, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. Police say they believe an argument between the two resulted in the gunfire, killing Thomas. He had been with the department less than a year. So again, what you're seeing is video from when this happened last year, and now the latest in this case is that the man who is accused of pulling the trigger, Alton Oliver, has been offered a plea deal. Now, at this point, it's still unclear if they are still going to take that deal. They have up until 10 days before the trial to decide, which is coming up at the beginning of December. So we are going to stay on top of this case and bring you the very latest, of course, on air and online here at atlantanewsfirst.com. Coming back here, I want to bring you to another top story that we have on our website. Police are looking for a man who is accused of robbing a bank in Flowery Branch. Take you to his image right now. So come and take a look at your screen. This is one of our top stories on the page, atlantanewsfirst.com, on our front page. And if you scroll down here, we have a little bit more information, but investigators are urging you to take a good look at this picture and a good look at this vehicle, because they say that this man allegedly robbed the Wells Fargo Bank in Flowery Branch this morning. And according to the Flowery Branch Police Department, the suspect entered the bank at 4706 Hog Mountain Road and handed a note to a teller demanding money. The bank teller, police say, complied with the man and gave him an undisclosed amount of money. And following this, the man, who is pictured here, was seen getting into a dark-colored sedan. Now, there is a reward tonight. They're offering up to $2,000 for tips that result in the suspect's identification and capture. So if you have any information on who this person could be, if you recognize this vehicle, you can call 770-967-6336. Again, 770-967-6336. Police say this man went into the Wells Fargo in Flowery Branch, handed the teller a note demanding money, and got away with an undisclosed amount of cash. That is why tonight investigators are looking for him, and they say they need your help in order to do that. Coming back out here live, we know that it was a beautiful day here in Metro Atlanta, and it was a great day for a walk and a walk for a very good cause, and that is because hundreds of people came together for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. We have some video of that walk right now. A very large crowd there at the Battery early this morning, and our reporter Joshua Skinner is actually going to be bringing us a really remarkable story of a man who has Alzheimer's, but his daughter has helped him to create a photography project to keep his mind sharp, to keep his skills. He was always an avid photographer, and she is trying to help him to, keep that part of himself. And so he is going to be bringing us that story tonight. Again, reporter Joshua Skinner. So this is related to the Walk to End Alzheimer's, but kind of two different stories along those lines, both bringing awareness to the disease and, of course, to the research and the treatments that are involved. So today here at the Battery, again, hundreds of people there. This was hosted by the Alzheimer's Association, and it is the world's largest fundraiser supporting Alzheimer's research and care. That's because they hold about 600 of these walks all over the country, and participants donned homemade flowers. You see them holding flowers there, all representing their connection to the disease, whether it's as a caregiver, an ally, or maybe someone who even lost a loved one to the disease, or just someone who is hoping for a cure. They are encouraging at the Alzheimer's Association to get screened for Alzheimer's and look out for early symptoms. We have a link to those symptoms on atlantanewsfirst.com. They say that they're seeing it in younger people, and they are hoping to encourage healthy aging and healthy brains that can hopefully mitigate the effects of this disease. So far, the walk has raised $492,000, but they still have a little bit of a ways to go to their goal, $710,000. If you would like to help them reach that goal, then you can go to atlantanewsfirst.com. We have a link with how to donate if you feel compelled to give to the cause. So again, just a beautiful day to be out there, a very important cause. And if you are wanting to get out and about tomorrow, it looks like we have more great weather on the way, more warm weather on the way, an eventual warm-up coming. And to tell us more about it, we are going to send things over to First Alert meteorologist Cutter Martin. All right, Cutter, so how warm are we talking, and when can we see that?
Yeah, I think we're going to be back in the upper 70s, some spots near 80 degrees as we get into the middle of the work week. So get outside and enjoy the cooler condition while we have it. If you don't like it, again, good news. Warmer weather is on the way, and we'll keep the sunshine. Eventually, a rain chance. We do desperately need rain. If you have at all seen our Lake Lanier Skycam these past couple of weeks, you're noticing more and more exposed shoreline. Lake levels are low. We've seen the Georgia Forestry Commission also note that they are battling several wildland fires, particularly in North Georgia. So bottom line, we could use some rain, and unfortunately the other bottom line, none in the immediate future, though we are watching late week, perhaps a greater chance of rain working its way back into the First Alert forecast. Again, thank you for tuning in and for watching ANF Plus. We're streaming to you live right now at AtlantaNewsFirst.com, the Atlanta News First app, First Alert weather app, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, also YouTube. And YouTube is really interesting and a really good place to watch because not only can you get the forecast like on the other platforms, but you can ask weather questions, address any comments, concerns that you may have. I can monitor the feed and address anything coming in. And we do have several people watching right now. So again, if you do have any weather questions, comments, concerns, navigate on over to YouTube. Atlanta News First is the account that we're streaming on right now. And right now outside, it is pleasant, though increasingly cool, hanging on to 60s in the city of Atlanta. We won't have that mild condition for much longer. Today, the warmest in about 3 to 4 days across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta. And this evening, one of the warmest in 3 to 4 evenings, though it is still light jacket worthy out there, especially outside of the immediate metro. 53, your 8 p.m. temperature in LaGrange, lower 50s Carrollton. Look at Blairsville, 49. Rome, a warmer spot. It was warmer this afternoon as well. Not reporting, unfortunately, lost that thermometer. Hoping to get that back soon. Nonetheless, everyone cooling back for the most part into the 50s to near 60. All of us in the 50s and eventually in the 40s out the door tomorrow morning if you have any early plans. Here is that hour-by-hour forecast. If you have anything going on this evening, not anticipating any weather hassles out there. Light jacket, again, that's about all you will need. And a reminder, you can always get that first alert forecast in the First Alert Weather app. We'll be working to update you there. We already have 2 videos live there right now talking about the forecast, both tomorrow and looking ahead to the future. Also, you can always get a look at current temperatures and what it feels like with that light breeze factored in there in the First Alert Weather app. Just search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather in your app or Google Play Store. All right, here is that forecast. Temperatures continuing to cool back into the upper 50s well before midnight, even in the city of Atlanta. Many already at 8 p.m. already back in the low to mid 50s. So light jacket, still a good idea. Light north and westerly breeze. It's a light breeze, but especially if you have maybe mid-evening downtown, midtown, Buckhead plans, winds will be a little bit breezier between those buildings. So there will be spots, especially in the city, even though we're a little warmer here in the city proper, that will feel chillier with that breeze factored in. Another reason to maybe grab a light jacket just in case out the door this evening and overnight tonight. As far as tomorrow morning is concerned, we'll call it, I would say chilly, not quite as cold. You'll still want a jacket at the very least. Some spots, though, mountain communities will be colder. But across much of the metro, we'll call it chilly. Certainly warmer than it was this morning when we dipped back into the lower 40s, upper 30s around the metro. Far more 40s on the map tomorrow compared to the past several mornings. Far west side, Carrollton, a little bit chillier at 41. Canton at 43. Gainesville, Hall County, Lake Lanier, mid to upper 40s. Athens, 41. 44 Griffin, 43 your low temperature. This occurring about 7 or so a.m. tomorrow. Keep in mind, remember, we are gaining an hour of sleep tonight. You need to set your clocks back 1 hour before you head to bed tonight. Of course, your phones, your computers, tablets, stuff like that will automatically do so. The sun will, quote-unquote, rise earlier tomorrow, about the same time. We are the ones switching the clock, but rise earlier tomorrow. So the sun will come up a little earlier, thus it'll set a little bit earlier across the area tomorrow. So these low temperatures occurring about 7 a.m. versus maybe 7:45, like they did this morning. Mid-30s in Blairsville, 39 in Rome, 39 LaGrange. Chilly start across the board. Patchy frost well removed from the metro. With temperatures like what you're seeing on the map right now, no frost is expected. You can keep the plants uncovered tonight. No issues on the docket. Low to mid-40s outside of I-285, the perimeter. Though in Atlanta, Buckhead, Druid Hills, on down to, East Point, those areas, maybe mid-40s, and then upper 40s, the airport, midtown, and downtown with all of the pavement. Just a little bit warmer with all of that factored in, as is typically the case across the city of Atlanta on any given fall and winter evening. Tomorrow's a great day to get outside. As Karli mentioned, just as nice today. Tomorrow, just as nice as today. With high temperatures, just a little warmer, maybe, a few degrees. We were about 72 this afternoon, 73, waiting on that official low and high temperature data. Going to have to go look at that in just a few moments. But about the same tomorrow, maybe a couple degrees warmer. We're going 74 in Atlanta, 72 Marietta, 73 Sandy Springs, Alpharetta, 74 Decatur. Also a couple more clouds. By no means will it be a cloudy day, but a couple more clouds than what we had going on today, mainly in the morning, and then back to almost full sun in the afternoon. 74 Norcross, your Sunday afternoon high temperature. Stone Mountain, mid-70s. Lithonia, Lawrenceville, and Beaufort in the mid-70s. Get outside and enjoy it. It'll be absolutely stunning across the area as we go through the rest of your Sunday and even your Sunday evening. A little bit milder. In fact, here's a look at feels like temperatures the next several mornings. The combination of the temperature and with a light breeze factored in, what it may feel like. And notice how mild it gets. Feeling in Atlanta like the 40s Sunday, Monday mornings. Like the low to mid-50s Tuesday, Wednesday mornings. Feeling like 60 or warmer Thursday and Friday mornings. And then we start to get some cool air back in the first alert forecast as we end the week and head on into next weekend. And there is some question marks as far as the rain chance is concerned. We're watching Thursday and Friday for that peak chance of showers and maybe a couple of thunderstorms. Right now, it's not necessarily a likely chance, and we have seen this song and dance, a few times the past few weeks, where forecast models and the pattern in general favors the arrival of a more significant rain chance, and then as we get closer to the event time frame itself, in this case, Thursday night into Friday, and then we start to see that rain chance trend downward. So, as they say, if never forecast drought-ending rain when you're in a drought. That's kind of just an old saying, an old wives' tale, but certainly we're going to be watching the possibility, but also with some hesitancy, letting you know that it's not a guarantee yet, but we are watching Thursday into Friday. Here is that 7-day forecast for the next chance of rain. Scattered chance, rain possible Thursday night and Friday, followed by some cooler air filtering in back half of Friday on into Saturday. And likely on into Sunday and early the following week, even cooler weather, maybe a greater chance of rain back in the first alert forecast. And we'll be fine-tuning the details. Reminder, 10-day always available at the AtlantaNewsFirst.com and in the Atlanta News First Alert weather app. I want to thank you for joining. A reminder, we're back on in just a little bit on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV, Atlanta CW affiliate. That'll be at 10 p.m. Hoping to go on time, but very well could go on a little bit late tonight with football on CBS. So Atlanta News First, WANF, the late news at 11 may go on just a little bit after the top of the 11 o'clock hour. All the more reason to download the First Alert weather app. We already have a live video in there, a recorded video rather, of the forecast and some of the details we just discussed right here on ANF Plus. We'll continue to keep you updated. Tune into the late news for us. And if not, you can wake up with First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi tomorrow morning on Atlanta News First. So get you out the door Sunday morning with more gorgeous weather in the First Alert forecast. Have yourself a wonderful evening.